Hello, everybody again. Got to unmute so you can hear me, huh? So, you know, what is an ambassador? Well, basically, we represent the American Business Women's Association. We're here to be a supporter and the association's mission to help grow, strengthen, and deliver value of membership. And we proudly uphold the proud code of conduct. So basically, you know, that's kind of everything, you know, our goals. How do I get to be an ambassador? Well, everybody here online, I believe, is an ambassador. So you know what you did. Number one, you were either a top 10 businesswoman, right? Or you were a past or current or National Board of Directors. So we have some current board of directors on here, and then we've got some past board of directors. So welcome, everybody. You did awesome to get to where you are, and it took a lot of challenges to do that, but we're here, and so it's amazing. You know, basically, as far as an ambassador, I mean, I have a little guideline here. You know, you have to maintain your membership. You know, just because you're a vice president, a past national officer, or a current top 10 or a past top 10, you still have to be a member. You know, you have to keep up your dues. You have to, you know, both locally and nationally, and also your ambassador dues. Now, I know Charlotte will go over some things too, but there's differences. We have where you're a paid ambassador or a non-paid ambassador. We love our paid ambassadors to reach out to the ones who are not paid ambassadors and bring them on board. Because I believe if you're not a paid ambassador, you miss out on a lot of things. Because you're not in on the calls, you're not in on the meetings, and you miss out, and you don't know exactly what's happening. And I know we've had people go off on the rail and just go out to left field and give misinformation. So we want you to stay current and stay up to date on what's going on with the association and with what the ambassadors what the ambassadors are doing. Tongue-tied? I think I've been drinking. Maybe I should. my little Coke is all it is Coke. I promise you. And you know, and what do we do? Number one, my word was mentorship. So we want to mentor REITs. We want to mentor our members, our leadership people. We want to keep them, you know, lifted up. You know, that's part of being a mentor, is that you lift people up and you keep them going. You know, as Tracy said, she wants to light a fire under people, and that's kind of what we should do. And you know, light a fire gently, but you know, give them that forward, that push. We want to assist with new formations. And how are we going to know if there's new formations coming down the pipe? Well, we need to stay in touch with our National Board of Directors, which before that, our steering committee. So, you know, you want to, if you're not on the steering committee, but you're an ambassador, you need to reach out to who those steering committee reps are in your area, which our steering committee reps are Cindy Osmer is our co-rep, and Rebecca Dollinger is our co-rep. So you have any questions or want to know what's going on, you know, they're the ones that we want to reach out first to, and you know, they'll help guide us. You want to, let's see, what else do we do? Of course, you know, we act as resources for our leagues. They should come to us, you know, and say, hey, what's going on? We need your help. And we could reach out to the people that they need to. And you may have a friend not in our district, but in another district. And that we as ambassadors know who the contacts are to direct your leaders into, you know, who to contact in their area to help them. We can be asked to perform installations. So if you have, you know, when installations come up, your leagues can reach out to you to install. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just your own league. It could be, you know, somebody from Texas could come up to Oklahoma if they want, you know, if they were invited, or vice versa. I know as being a DVP, I had the privilege of installing several leagues, especially in the Texas area. I don't know about this word, we are dignitaries, but I think everybody is a dignitary. I mean, that word is kind of, is interesting, but we should uphold the standard of what ABWA is about. We should encourage our leaders, our leagues to have a top 10 businesswoman, whether it's required or not for best practices. We want to encourage, to have Women of the Year and proteges. And also one of the top things is we want to encourage our leagues to be best practices. If they're not at the level to be like level 2 or 3 or 1, at least thriving. Go through, I think if you get the book and we lead them and guide them, just to start from square one and go through the book, they'll become a best practices league, even if it's just striving, because the things that you have to do to obtain it are right there in front of you. It's not really rocket science, but you have to do the effort, and I think that's where we can encourage, as being an ambassador, for these leagues to do that and to start. You've got to start somewhere, start from square one, and encourage them, to do that. We can be speakers. We all have knowledge about different things. So reach out to the different leagues and say, hey, this is what I have to offer. This is what I can talk about. If you'd love for me to come speak, I would be more than happy to. And then there's some guidelines about that, whether it be via Zoom or travel. So that's one great thing about Zoom, is that you can be a speaker and you don't even have to leave, your home to do that. And then so as far as what are the benefits for being an ambassador, number one, this is a great benefit right here. Just getting to be with my other sisters, from across the United States, and across your district, and that you get to interact, with the association themselves, and just being an ambassador to me is just the connections. You get to do that as a member, but being an ambassador kind of puts you up there where you have maybe a little bit more opportunities to connect with people across. So it's just, there's a lot of benefits, we don't have time really to go over them all, but it's an honor and a privilege to have come this far and to be an ambassador, and for me to have gone the path that I went on, it changed my whole life, as far as, being out there. I always stated my very first, Judy, you'll remember this, my very first speech I spoke before is coming from the back of the room to the front of the room. And I did. I came from the back to the front. And that's what I want to help other people do. And I believe we as ambassadors can certainly do that, even if you help one person make that journey. And I know after I gave my speech, several people came up to me and go, oh, I can relate. I'm at that back of the room, but I want to come to the front of the room. So they're there and we can mentor them, and that's what being an ambassador is about. Any questions? No?
Thanks so much, Fran.